up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, honey. It's time for P Valley. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. We are down here, honey. My throat is hurting. I think I want... It's a little bulldog, a pit bull. They be strong, honey. So let's talk about P Valley. So the first scene starts off, overall was a good episode. It was actually a really good episode. It was really good. A lot of homoerotic, a lot of homosexual scenes, lesbian and gay scenes, which I was very surprised. And I thought it was good because I was watching live, tweeting and watching at the same time. And I'm glad that they did the lesbian scene first. And then they did the gay scene second. The reason why I'm happy they did that first is because I'm sure a lot of people were very comfortable watching two women go at it. And I'm sure they were not as comfortable with the details that they put into this sex scene between Little Murda and his friend Big Teak. I'm sure people were uncomfortable. I appreciate them, and I'm sure that they did it intentionally, on purpose, intentionally show them using condoms, because you know that was going to be that's always a big thing on TV when people are having sex. For some reason, the viewer wants to see the person using a condom. So I'm glad they did that. That was some details that probably, if that didn't, I remember it happened on Insecure. I don't know if it was Lawrence was having sex. Somebody was having sex, and they didn't show. You didn't see the condom wrapper, or you saw so it was something. Something was wrong with the sex scene where they didn't see condoms being used, and so people had a problem with that. And so I'm glad that they did that. But I'm glad that they showed Farrah and Mercedes first, because a lot of people, men and women, are more comfortable watching women have sex, especially men, because in our society, when men see two women having sex or know that a woman is bisexual or even lesbian, in their mind, they have an idea that a woman being bisexual might benefit him. Right? The thought of a threesome is not far off in his idea, right? Even though we can go into the idea that bisexual people are promiscuous or whatever, but the idea that because a woman is bisexual, it's beneficial for a man. So they're more comfortable, and women are more comfortable watching two women have sex and not comfortable watching two men have sex. I thought it was also, I knew that they were going to juxtapose the chaos outside, sirens and all this stuff going on outside, people protesting to these two men having sex in their hotel room. I knew they were going to do that. I knew it. And I'm so, like I said, I'm so glad they did it in that order, because it kind of checks you. Like, were you comfortable watching the women and uncomfortable watching the men? And a lot of people online were uncomfortable because their idea of gay is flamboyant and feminine, not masculine. Right? And aggressive. Right? They don't want it. It makes people uncomfortable. It does. It makes people uncomfortable. And ask yourself, did it make you uncomfortable? Were you okay watching two women and then kind of shifted in your seat a little bit, watching the two dudes, and then the two dudes being rough, like the niggas manly and masculine, not flamboyant with nails and lashes, but these two masculine killers, honey. Killers, drug dealers. A lot of people don't know how to watch that. Shout out to P Valley. Shout out to P Valley for doing that. First scene, that big girl inspector from the last season who got a divorce because she was sleeping with her husband's mother. She was there. She's back, honey. She was giving all the money. They taking off her mask, and then that fool sneezes. At first, when she sneezed, I didn't think it was a sneeze. I thought she was being possessed by the damn spirit in the room. I was like, wait a minute, what's coming out of her mouth? I was like, oh, this bitch is just sneezing. So she went through, she gave them fines. She told them they had 24 hours to fix all of these things they had wrong in the Pynk. She gave them a fine, and that was it. In the back, one of the girls mentions that Roulette has extracurricular activity and other streams of income. Roulette gets upset, starts beating that girl. When I tell you she beat her up, she was beating her ass up. Uncle Clifford was like, this is not the Real Households of Chucalissa. The Real Households. Big L gets Roulette and takes her to the office, and he's having small talk with her and talking about her behavior and asking her where she learned those moves. And she said her brother was into wrestling, so she knows some wrestling moves. She was like, what's going on with you and Eminem? And he told her it was none of her business. And she said, well, what's going on with me is none of your business either. So I guess it's none of either of our business, right? We see a commercial of what was happening. It was somebody fighting. If you can't go to Bella Noche's, when they was fighting at the Pynk. If you can't go to the Pynk, where else can you go? That was so funny that they did that. That was funny. I like that they're putting in like pop culture references in there. It makes sense, and it makes you feel like, okay, it's fiction, but it's kind of relatable, right? So if you can't go to the Pynk, where else can you go? It's upsetting me and my homegirls, honey. That was funny. So not Mercedes. I keep calling this girl Mercedes. Keyshawn, Mississippi. Her and her fans are called the Sippy Cups. That's worse than Tay Martians. When I tell you that's the worst name for a group of fans, are y'all Tay Martians? Tay Martians. What's another? Somebody has a name for their supporters and fans. It's another person. Tamar has the worst. The ones who have the best: Mariah Carey, Lambs, the Rebels, are K Michelle, the Monsters, Lady Gaga. I love that. The Barbs. That's the best. That's one of the best. The Barbs and the Kens. That's really good. Who else has really good names for their supporters? But that Sippy Cups, throw it away. And then Tay Martians, throw that away too. Anyways, they're at it's Little Murder, Gidget, and the other guys. They're talking about how ghetto the Pynk was. Was it always that ghetto? And then the white girl was like, yes, ghetto. I went to some other strip club and it was ghetto. And they looking at her because she's using language like them and calling shit ghetto, right? I appreciate that they showed Keyshawn. It was weird how they showed Gidget there while these black people are experiencing things that are going on, riots and things in the city and people burning things down, just like a lot of chaos from, protesting and things like that, somebody being killed. And then Gidget not really getting it, right? So I'm glad that they show that. She really didn't get it. Big Teak yelled at her, and then Mississippi ended up sending her home because she was just like disconnected from it. Like she just couldn't. She wanted to listen to the radio and party, and they want to hear like what's going on. And she's like, "Yeah, let's go party." She's disconnected from that emotion to what's happening outside. So I appreciate them showing that. Um, they show Autumn sitting in the back. She's getting putting money in bags. I don't know what she's doing. And she gets up and she walks out into the hallway. And she looks down at the hallway and she gets like an eerie feeling. She hears like whispering. And then as soon as like, you know, it like builds up and then there's a knock at the door. And it's Corbin. He's outside. Oh, and then as she walks away, you could see someone's hat. You know, you can see the spirit's hat in the corner of the frame. Really good. This is a really good show. Corbin, she said, "Why you?" She answers the door, and she was like, "Why are you up here so early?" He was like, "It's 12 o'clock." She was like, "Well, for strippers, this is early, okay?" She was like, "I can come." He was like, "I heard that your club is getting shut down again," and she was like, "Girl, it don't matter, whatever." And he was like, "I could take it off your hands." And she was like, "Why don't you tell your little lawyer to give you some advice?" She's talking about Andre. Well, he went back to Atlanta, right? And then he tells her, "Look, bitch." And then he offers her $1 million. And she says, "You better, since you doubled your offer, I know that this place is worth more. You doubled your offer like that. I know there's more where that came from." She's trying to get 10 million because they're on the water. So they're on the water. So it's a really great piece of property. My whole thing is they don't want to tear it down because that used to be Clifford's grandmother's juke joint. So they don't want to close that place down. They should remodel the inside or even just remodel the outside to make it an updated version of that juke joint. Hopefully that we'll get a Pynk the Pynk remodel or something. She tells him, "I know I'm worth so much more." So Andre's on his way home back to Atlanta, baby. Baby, he opens the door. His wife is upstairs sucking dick, honey. One of her co-workers, honey. She had her face all in his lap, honey. And Andre came in there. He did just right. Choke the nigga out. See, y'all, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. He did just right. Choke that nigga out. Choke him out. Choke him out. So he choked. She's like, "Andre, let go. Let go, Andre." Andre's like, "Nigga," he's choking him to death. And then at one point the nigga says, what did he say? "Doesn't matter." I was like, what? You cheating on me? You cheating on me? He said, "Dude, does it matter?" That's what the dude that was cheating said. And then she was like, "Andre, you trying to get him to put on a mask." I was like, "Girl, if you don't get your cheating ass out of here," y'all was worried about Andre. You see how they flipped it on us? Plot twist, she's the one cheating, bitch. We so worried about raggedy ass Andre kissing on Autumn and everything like that, and his wife is down in Atlanta sucking dick, honey. I said, "Oh, hell no. Not in my house. Not in my house. I'm so sorry. I was alone." And apparently this was the man she was supposed to marry, right? This is the man that her family likes. This is the man, and she married Andre, who apparently, compared to the other dude, was a slouch, right? The other dude is in the medical industry, probably a doctor or a nurse or something. She up there sucking his dick, and then he's like, "That's the man that your family wanted you to be with. That's that nigga who your mom likes," and all this other stuff. "And you picked this old nigga down from the down south, down from Mississippi, who ain't got shit and this and that." And that he tells her he's gonna run for mayor. Then she lets him know how she really feels. She starts laughing at his ass, honey. She was like, "What? You going down there to be married? You're not gonna win." And it's so funny because I'm like, "Girl, why are you with this man?" "Oh, because you loved him. That's why. You got married for love instead of marrying the doctor who you end up sucking his dick anyway. Should have married him." instead of marrying the Dusty, because Andre is clearly a ragamuffin compared to that man whose lips you had wrapped around his cock. She said, "You're not going to win." He looked at her like somebody had stole his bike, honey. Bitch, when Clifford said, you look like a man, you look like a man whose wife just cheated on him. Like a man who just found out his wife was cheating on him. He was like, I am. He was like, "Oh, honey, take the whole bottle, girl." Oh my God, it was so funny. So she told him he wasn't gonna win, and he got his shit, and that's gonna be the end of him, right? So he went back down to Mississippi, went back up. It's a cross. It's a cross. He went back to Mississippi. He left his house, left Brittany there, Dr. Brittany. Now Brittany, she could suck dick. She didn't think her husband was coming home, honey. That was so funny. Mercedes, she's at the coach's house. She shows up. Farrah's there acting like she's getting the camera equipment. "Oh, I'm just here to get the camera equipment." She gets her camera equipment. Then the phone rings. The phone rings, it's Coach. And I guess he's telling her where he's about to go. He's getting on a plane or something like that. So while she's on the phone with Coach, Mercedes gets up on the pole and she starts, doing her thing, starts dancing. And at that moment, I'm watching it live and I'm tweeting. And I was like, at that moment, I wish they would have put music to her taking pictures. That was, 2 scenes later, right? And I really thought it was cool. And she was like, "I apologize for leaving the other night so abruptly. What happened?" She explains, my daughter. She was like, "Oh, you're a super mom." She was like, "Nah, I wouldn't call it that. But, I'm trying to do the best that I can." She said it was fun. And she was like, "I'd never done that." She was like, "Girl, I never done that either." Right? And so as she gets on the phone, she starts getting on the pole and then she starts taking pictures of her. And I was like, "Start the music." That's what I put right here. But when we come back to the scene, that's when they actually started the music. And then before we come back to the scene, I said on Twitter, I was like, "I hope Farrah and Mercedes start having an affair." This was before they had the sex scene. I was like, "Girl, yes, I love it. I love it. I was like, I want that to happen." She was taking pictures of her. I really wish that we could see the pictures. She was taking pictures of her on the pole. And then she was like, "I really wish that I could do that. I mean, I just don't understand how you could do that." And she was like, "Yeah, you got to take your pants off." So she was like, "Because you need to grip the pole. Your skin needs to grip the pole." So she was like, she took her pants off. She tried to get up on the pole. She didn't make it nowhere. So then she gets on her hands and knees and she's like acting like she's twerking, right? She's not. She's like, "Girl, I can't do it." She was like, and then she like put her hand in between her legs and she was like, "That's the twerk muscle right there." And Mercedes is kind of masculine too, right? And so, yeah. And so she was like, that's the twerk muscle. That's the twerk muscle right there. I said, "Come on, twerk muscle." And she was like trying to do it and she didn't do it. And then they ended up having a sex scene. I was like, this is great. I was here for it. I want her. And then she told her, "I will see you again, honey." And she left her so much money. I was like, yes, ma'am. To me, that's a better end of the deal. To me. She like Coach. She get money from Coach and his wife, bitch. Get your money. Get your money. She woke up the next day. I wonder if she felt like a whore because the money was left on the table. She sent her a text message saying, "I had a good time. We must do it again," or something like that. I was like, let me find out. I wonder if Coach is going to get mad. But they already did like a little threesome or whatever. Anyways, I did not like Uncle Clifford's outfit with his pants hanging off the back. I mean, the front was cute. I felt like the outfit should have been attached all the way around. But maybe lower, but his entire ass was out in that outfit. I liked the front, like when she was walking towards the front. I didn't like it from the back. From the front it was fine. I was like, "Uncle Clifford, I do not like that outfit." I did. Not from the back, not with the ass hanging out like that. I just felt like it should have been like there was a clip in the front, in the middle, and there probably should have been 2 clips on the side. That could have hung low enough for you to see the underwear to still give the effect, but I didn't like it. That's another Clifford's outfit that I didn't like. Anyway, So they got a big truck. They got some niggas in the back. He said they from Wakanda and they done brought some vibranium. Anyways, it's people to help get the Pynk up to code. So when this inspector comes back, everything can be up to par. Diamond shows up. The girls show up to help. Diamond is in the back. He told Diamond said that he was never gonna show up to the Pynk again. He said, but you guys need help, so I'm here to help. I said, ooh, is his name Tyler? Taylor? His ass is Tyler. What's his name? He is so cute. They call him Voodoo Drake. Come on, Voodoo Drake. Diamond. I put in Diamond Google search and it said Diamond P Valley. It says Diamond P Valley, and Diamond Ring. So the people are looking up Tyler Lepley. Yeah. So anyways, so he comes in and you could see, now I don't know if this was because he felt something weird, but he did his shoulder like, when you walk up to a place and you don't get a good feeling, it's like, it's something on you, like, let me get that. So he did that real quick. I don't know if that was intentional for it to feel like he was feeling some dark energy before going into the place, right? So that was that. So Little Murder here is never scared on the radio. They call him, Gidget calls him, and they're excited, cheering him on and this and that. This nigga's on the radio and they're excited. He was like, you need to come down here. I keep telling you to come down here. You can be on this shit too. As they're listening to the radio, Teak, Gidget keeps turning the radio down or changing the station. And at one point, Teak was like, shut the fuck up. He like, he gets like angry and he just blows up. And then they're like, dude, like, calm down. But he wants to hear what's going on the radio because somebody was killed. And so that's when you realize that Gidget is kind of disconnected from what's really happening. Her whiteness is like, it's not helping anything, right? Because at one point she gets in Teak's face, Teak gets in her face. He tells her he will shut her ass up and all this other stuff. They get fighting. She didn't back down. She was still yelling. I mean, he yelled at her and she like sat down, but she was still talking her shit. I was like, I hope he doesn't hit her. Oh shit, I hope he don't hit her. That's what only thing I kept thinking, like, please don't hit that lady. But they hear on the radio that there's a curfew. And so they were like, well, just come back to my suite. We'll just do a kickback at my suite and we'll just hang out, have drinks, watch TV. This is what the manager says. So Little Murder's manager is I don't know if he's suspicious of Mississippi's manager. I'm not sure what's happening there, but he keeps like looking at him. And I don't know if Mississippi's manager is trying to get with her, because when he saw her and Little Murder kissing, he was like looking weird at them. But I don't know what his angle is. I don't know what he's trying to get to. I know he's a little shifty, like a lot of people, he's a little shifty. But I don't know why Little Murder's manager is like suspicious. Maybe you guys can fill me in on that, because that's a gap. I didn't understand why he's like looking at him, listening to him, looking at him sideways, just very suspicious. So I don't know. Yeah, Farrah tells Mercedes she thought she was gonna hate her. She started crying and she was like, I can't believe I'm crying in front of a stripper. She was like, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. She was like, no, but you the one standing here naked, girl. You the one that ain't got no clothes on, okay? She says, but I just never thought that she's the one that called her, right? This whole time I left that out. Farrah is the one who called Mercedes. Coach didn't call Mercedes. Farrah called her. She wanted a session with her, right? So we already talked about that and everything that happened. But she felt like, you're a woman who has their shit together. You take control. You have your shit together. And it's funny because Mercedes probably looks at Farrah in the same way, like, you're a woman, you got your shit together. And they're looking at each other, being a little envious of what the other possesses. So what else can you do but join forces? What else is there to do but join forces, bitch? She's like, I never met a woman who could pull her weight like you, right? And so they ended up having sex. I was like, come on, bitch. Yes, y'all getting y'all walk on. Come on, black ladies. Uncle Clifford. Now I don't understand what the lady said. Okay, the inspection lady said to put up plexiglass. These niggas have shower curtains up. So the women are gonna dance behind the shower curtains, I guess. Girl, I don't know what's happening. So in the other room, the girls are gossiping about Diamond, and there's this other girl that's dancing there. She's like listening. I guess she likes Diamond, right? So she's listening to them talk about Diamond and how um Diamond, he pulled a gun or somebody, he almost beat somebody. They're just gossiping about Diamond. So then Diamond walks past the room with the spirit in it. And he walks by and he puts the box down. He walks in the room, and the floor in that room is shiny. I thought there was a puddle of water on the floor, but he can hear whispering, and you could see this hand coming up out of this, the water, right? And Diamond starts to get scared. He starts to get nervous, and he starts backing out. And you could see, like, it looks like he's in water, but then you notice that the floor is just shiny. He starts to back up, and then Big L meets him and kind of cuts the tension there. And he was like, "Nigga, you okay?" And he was like, "Yeah, like, it's some shit in here." Like, he didn't say it, but he was just looking like, "Nigga, it's some shit. It's something in this room. It's something in this room, my nigga." And so they end up, what happened? Oh, they're talking about the curfew. And so they say everybody needs to stay at the Pynk for the curfew. And then you can see Pastor Woodbine is on the screen, and she's praying and hollering and screaming. And Roulette is just sitting there. I don't know if Roulette, she was moved, right? She was moved. She started crying. She excuses herself. She goes into one of the back rooms. Who came back there? Oh, the white boy. I'll come to that later. Andre shows up. That's when Andre shows up, and that's when Uncle Clifford said, "You look like a man whose wife just cheated on him." And he was like, "I am." So they sitting there. She was like, "What? What's happening?" So they had their little small talk or whatever. Roulette is in the back room sobbing, right? She's thinking about her brother. I guess her brother was killed by police. And she said he didn't have a gun because I know he didn't have a gun but she didn't really know if he had a gun or not. She couldn't even really complete the phrase, right? Even with the manager, even with Keyshawn's manager, the way he said it, I'm glad that they're showing that, because there are people like that be like, well, the cops was there for a reason, right? The cops showed up for a reason, right? He shouldn't have been doing what he was doing, right? All that kind of stuff, right? You have those people who will inject that narrative in there. He shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have left. He should have did this. Basically, he brought on what happened to him. Basically, right? That's what Keyshawn's manager was saying in the scene later. So she's talking, and she was, asked, "What's your brother's name?" His name was Demethrius. We called him Michi and all this other stuff. And she said, "Y'all get away with everything," right? She's talking to the white boy. "Y'all get away with everything." And he's sitting there, what happened to him? Trying to connect with her or whatever. And she says that the cop shot her brother. So that is what made her emotional and this and that. So we see that part of Roulette. She's not just, she's a sensitive hoe. Okay. Big L. Big L's talking to Diamond. He tells Diamond tells him, maybe we just need to forget about this place. I guess Diamond is like, "It's some shit in this building. We need to be okay with moving on." He was like, "Nah, because when I first got out, I completed my," I think he said, did he say his AA? "I completed my degree in jail. When I got out, nobody would give me a job. Uncle Clifford is the only one who gave me a job. I'm not leaving here ever. I'm never leaving here. And I'm going to need security. I'm going to need someone like you," right? So he tells Diamond that. "As long as I'm here, I'm going to need security," right? So Big L walks back inside, and Diamond looks over, and it's that stripper, right? And she's sitting on her motorcycle looking like the temptress, honey. And he walks over there, and they're doing small talk. She tells him, "Do you want to go?" Well, we don't know if he went, because I was like, Diamond, don't go. Because There's something about her. I don't know what it is, but I was like, Diamond, no. So I don't know. She handed Diamond the helmet. We didn't see him get on. I didn't see him get on the motorcycle and ride off with her anywhere. But I don't know who this woman is. I don't know if she's trying to seduce Diamond or she's like working for Montavious. Is that his name? I don't know who this girl is. That's why I'm like, don't go with her, Diamond. Don't go with this girl. But they have their small talk or whatever. And wait a minute, where is it? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. We can break curfew. Yeah. Then they find out that Autumn is staying at the Pynk. Uncle Clifford gets her ass together, baby. He gets her ass together. Back at the manager's suite. This is Keyshawn's manager. 30 minutes? Oh my God! Oh my God. Okay. So, that's when Gidget and Teak get into it, right? Little murder. Oh yeah, okay. So this is the scene. Teak gets upset. He goes back to the hotel room. After he gets into it with Gidget and the manager, he goes back to his hotel room. He hears Little Murder in the bathroom. And all of a sudden he has to use the bathroom. So to me, I was like, I don't know if he was like trying to start, right? He was trying to get the party started, or he was on some institutionalized mindset. Someone's in the bathroom. We share bathrooms, right? In these situations. So I'm going to go in the bathroom and start peeing. Lil Murder's recording. And so he's like, gets up and he was like, man, I had to take a piss. And he looks down, he looks at his penis and he walks out of the room. When he comes out of the room, he starts talking about, what's wrong with you? It's nothing wrong with me. He said, yeah, there's something wrong with you. So he's like getting frustrated. So they have their little boys in the hood scene, right? Where Little Murder walks over to him and he starts comforting him. He starts rubbing his head and he kisses him on the forehead. I was like, oh, that's nice. Because for me, I'm thinking like they're just really close friends and I'm okay with friends, like hugging each other. But it was the kiss on the forehead. I was like, oh, okay, wait a minute. Because at first when he was just comforting him, I was like, I put right here, he comforts him, right? Teak is hollering, you're just a nigga here. You're just a nigga here. Everybody thinks you a nigga. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you have. You can be the president of the United States. So you might as well be what they want you to be. I was like, oh no, we don't think like that. Girl, throw that away. Throw that thinking out of here. But there's a lot of people who think like that. So Little Murder's comforting him. They start kissing. And then you could hear all the violence and chaos outside. And I knew it. I said, they're going to have sex. And they really did a good job. Like they did like really good. You could even see him like bending over in his back and then him taking the condom off. It was very like choreographed. I was just like, okay, I'm with that. They showed everything, like him talking him through everything. It was good. I was like, this is really good. I was like, okay. And I was pleased because I felt like they needed to have this scene to like show you, oh, you was comfortable with Mercedes and Farrah going at it. Let's see how comfortable you are with this. And I'm really happy that they did that. I'm a shout out to P Valley for doing that. And let me know what y'all think about it. I want to know, did you find yourself uncomfortable? Were you comfortable? Did you not care? Did you find the difference in the way that you felt between Mercedes and Farrah than between Teak and Little Murder? Like, did you feel a little different? And I'm really glad that they showed the condom usage, 3 crows. I'm really happy that and they sat right in front of my car. Look. Boop. They're all 3. And they all 3 flew and just landed right there. I took a picture. I'll show you. So y'all let me know about the homosexual sex that we saw on P Valley. from the men's and the women's. Gidget, white girl doesn't understand what's happening, right? Like, I don't understand why the manager is suspicious of Keyshawn's manager. So y'all explain that to me. Andre tells Autumn that he's gonna run for mayor. He says that his wife laughed at him, and she says, "I think it's perfect." He asked her, "Are you gonna stick around to watch me run for mayor?" She lives there. What are you talking about? Stick around? I was like, shut up. So can you get the $1 million? And she said she refused. She says it's worth so much more. I'm gonna flip it. And then as she's talking to Andre, Uncle Clifford is listening to her tell him that she has no plans on saving the Pynk, that she wants to sell it and she's going to flip it. She's going to sell it. Mercedes rolls up and Uncle Clifford's like, be quiet. Listen to what she's saying. Mercedes ready to fight. That bitch ready to fight. So they go outside and they confront Autumn. And Autumn is basically saying, why do y'all want to hold on to this place? She was like, I'm a businesswoman, right? Why do you want to hold on to this place? You and your little fake ass Obama, you got your fake ass Obama. Y'all think y'all about to do something, and y'all sitting up here plotting on selling the Pynk, and that's not it. That's not what we're trying to do. Everyone needs to find something else. This is just a building. If it's just a building, your ass wouldn't be living in the back. I said, I know that's right. I know that's right. She ain't got no friends or family. Why don't she go stay with her friends and family? She ain't got no friends or family. It's us. And you really trying to sell us under the creek. Autumn is just going to go to the... Baby, did you hear when Clifford called Autumn her full of the entire name? Haley. Hey, I don't know her last name. Haley, Autumn, something, something. Every time. I'm calling you by every name you go by, bitch. Bitch, baby, when I tell you I holler when Little Murder woke up. Bitch. He's sitting up there. Teak is sitting on the windowsill, right? Little Murder wakes up. He look over on the side. Teak sitting over there holding it down. Who the fuck is Clifford? Dad, you done stuck your dick in somebody. Now they want answers to everything. Man, when I told you, I screamed. I said, oh, now he got questions. Who is Clifford? You ain't never sent me no postcards. He was pissed. He was so mad. Oh my God. I said, see, that's when you fucked up. You done stuck your dick. You done stuck your dick in him. Now he thinks you owe him the answers to any question he asks. Who's Clifford? You ain't never sent no postcards to me. He got mad and walked out and went and got in the car. He was pissed. The mayor walks into, not the mayor, I call him the mayor. Andre walks into the mayor's house. Everybody's cleaning. And I don't know if that's the mayor's niece or daughter, but she says, I don't know what you did, but this motherfucker left you the house. So Andre gets left the house in the will, which becomes his new campaign headquarters. As they are getting in the car, everybody's in the car. Uncle Clifford sends Little Murder a text and asks him if he's okay. But when I tell you that when Little Murder looked over his shoulder and Teak was sitting in that damn windowsill holding that postcard. This is my super cash from Old Navy, y'all. He was holding that postcard. Like, okay, now we done fucked. Now I got some questions. Be careful who you stick your dick in, because after that they think they need the answers to any question they ask you, girl. That was so funny to me. I was so tickled by that. I said, oh shit, you ain't never sent me no motherfucking postcards. You sending this nigga a postcard from every city you in. Girl, taking my booty. And you around here, girl. That was so funny to me. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. That was a lot. That was a lot. That was longer than I wanted it to be. Take care of each other. Peace.